Hey guys, so we are going to be talking real quick about the assignment on pages 194 to 195. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I am going to just go through a few problems just to get you started on this in case you're looking at the assignment, you're going, I have no idea what I'm doing, even after watching the lesson video a couple of times. So I'm going to skip over number 1. So you guys have to do the problems that I put on Google Classroom. You have to do all of these. I'm just going to do a few problems from this whole section. All right, so on number 3, the directions for number 3, right here, says classify the triangle in as many ways as possible. So the classifying, that's all those different vocab terms that I went through on the lesson. So you could have an acute, isosceles, obtuse, right, what else? What am I missing? Equiangular, equilateral, any of those classifications, scalene. So there are a lot of options on this. So for this one, I notice that I've got these 2 tick marks on my sides here, which tell me those are congruent sides. And if I have at least 2 congruent sides, then it is an isosceles triangle. So you can just list these out. So this is isosceles. This is a 90-degree angle. Now they didn't put that box in the corner to show that it's 90 degrees, but it tells you it's 90 degrees. So that also makes it a right triangle. If this third side was also congruent, then we'd have an equilateral triangle, but we don't have a tick mark on that one, so it is not equilateral, and we'd have to have all congruent angles for angle measures for that to be equilateral, and that's not the case. So it's isosceles, and it's right. All right, let's look down at number 6. Number 6 says find the value of x and then classify the triangle. So we're going to classify the triangle just like we did on number 3, but first we have to find this value of x. Well, in order to do that, we need to know the idea that, again, if you add up all of the angles in a triangle, they should add to 180 degrees. So in other words, their interior angle sum is 180. So I'm going to add up these the three angle measures in the triangle, 53 plus 37 plus x, and that should equal 180. Okay, so now we need to solve this equation. Solve for x. That's half of the question right there is solving for x. By the way, I'm sorry if this is getting annoying watching my camera bounce all over. I couldn't get this to display on my computer correctly, so I'm trying a new way. All right, so let's see what we get here. If we add our like terms, we get 90. 90 plus x equals 180. And then to get that x by itself, we need to subtract off that positive 90 from both sides of the equation. That cancels it out over here. X is by itself, and 180 minus 90 is 90. So there we go, we solve for x. So knowing that this is 90 degrees, then it says classify the triangle. Okay, well, if we have a 90-degree angle, again, we've got a right triangle. So I'm just going to write that it's a right triangle. And then is there anything else? Well, we don't have the same angle measures, so the sides across from those angles are not congruent. We don't have any congruent sides nor congruent angles, so we could say that this is also scalene. It can't be obtuse if it's a right triangle, because an obtuse triangle has at least one, or has exactly one obtuse angle, and this has a right angle. It's not greater than 90. It can't be acute because an acute triangle has all 3 angles that are less than 90. And it can't be equilateral, equiangular, because they're not the same angles. So yeah, I think we covered them. So that's it. It's a right scalene triangle. All right, the last one I'm going to go through with you is number 18. And again, as it says on Google Classroom, it's only 18A, not parts B or C. So let me just turn my page here to number 18. All right, let's find it on the page here. So number 18, it says critical thinking, consider the 3 isosceles triangles. So we've got 3 different triangles here. Find the value of x for each triangle. So it's really 3 problems in one. So I'm gonna do one problem at a time. So here, this is the green triangle. Find the value of x. Okay, so again, the angles inside of the triangle must add up to 180 degrees. So if I add these, they should equal 180. So if I solve this, I combine my like terms. So I get 115 plus x equals 180. Subtract 115 from both sides of the equation. Cancels out on the left side there, and I get x all by itself, so x is solved for. And 180 minus 15 is minus 115 is 65. All right, so x is 65 degrees for the green triangle. For the next one, the purple triangle, I'm going to copy that on my page real quick here. Just give me 1 second. I thought I had this all set up, but I was blocking the other two with my piece of paper. Never saw them. All right, so this is for the purple triangle. So again, the angles inside of a triangle add to 180 degrees. So I have 25 plus 130 plus x equals 180. And I'm going to solve just like I did in the last one. Combine the like terms. I get 155 plus x is 180. Subtract the 155 from both sides of the equation. Cancels out on the left. I get x equals, well, did I mess up writing something on here? I am sorry, I missed the 55 here. I put 115, that's 155. There we go. All right, so 180 minus 155, and that is going to give me 25. So x is 25 degrees for the purple triangle. And then there's one more. We still have the pink triangle, salmon, I don't know, whatever you call that. All right, so let's go to that one. I'm going to call that the pink triangle. And that is a right triangle. We have a 90-degree angle here, 45 degrees here, and then x degrees here. Well, this one's kind of nice. It's got 2 tick marks right here, right there. The reason this one's kind of nice is because that property of an isosceles triangle, if the sides are congruent, then the angles across from those side lengths must also be congruent. So if these are congruent, the angles directly across from them, this one and that one, must also be congruent. So there's no work to be done on this one. This must be 45 degrees, since this one's 45 degrees. So that one was really easy. I mean, you could set it up, you could do 45 plus 90 plus x. If you really wanted to do the work, you could do 45 plus 90 plus x equals 180. Combine your like terms, get 135 plus x equals 180. Subtract off that 135 from both sides. Cancels out here, you get x equals 45. So you could do that work to get the same answer, but it's not necessary. So there was a little shortcut for this one. All right, so that's it. You are responsible for the rest of that, and that is going to be due tomorrow by 11:59 p.m. I shouldn't say tomorrow because you might be watching this on Tuesday. So it's going to be Tuesday, due Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. Thank you.